Hey everyone, this is LordDavon from the ECF, the New Vapor, and the Vapor Junction forums. And there's another one I joined today that I haven't added to this list yet, so I'll be getting winded in the beginning of all my videos from now on. So, today I am bringing you another mod, and I'm going to bring you another mod from an Asian manufacturer. Last one was the Bolt, which I liked, and this one is the Indulgence V3 from Riva. Yeah, another mod from a Chinese manufacturer. Okay, so the manufacturing of this is described as, from Riva, Indulgence is made from high-quality CNC machined. Period. That's the sentence. I'm sorry, but that's the sentence. The design is solder-free and without wires, featuring a manual switch activated by a solid metal button that will tolerate over 1 million presses, machine tested. There is no electrical circuit inside of body. Means there's no protection circuit, guys. Also, we add vent and bottom cap for air cooling. That is why we say it is durable and high quality. That's the vent. So let's be real. This is more for gas expulsion than it is for air cooling. In case something does happen, I mean, it does help cool it. The batteries can get hot, so it does have the 3 little holes. Now, if you remember from my Bolt review, it only has the 1 small hole. The Indulgence does have the 3. It is machined and it is electroplated. So what you get is a very nicely detailed, I guess we want to make the lettering stand out. There we go, Indulgence. Looks very nice in that Riva font. Very smooth. As you can see, there's no gapping around the button. There's a nice 510 connector with the Ego threads for the skirting. And we have a nice little battery cap. It is a 2-piece mod, if you want to call it that, because it has a battery cap. What I don't like is it's too smooth, actually. There's no gripping in your hand. If you have juice in your hand, it will slide even more. That's the inside of the tube. We'll put the battery in. I'll show you the cap. It's just a standard cap with the 3 holes. Putting it on is a little bit difficult. To get used to it, but it's a little bit difficult because it's so smooth. But once you get it on there is this little lip at the top that allows you to hold on to something when you're clicking the button and you're using it. Now, an 18650 battery is very, very nice, and what I like about this is it's about the same size as the Bolt with the 510 to Ego adapter on it. The difference here is that the Bolt is only using an 18500 battery in this configuration, whereas the Indulgence is using an 18650. So those kick lovers out there that want to use the kick, and I have not reviewed the kick, I am trying to get in contact with Evolve so I can review the kick. If you're looking for something to put a kick in, well, this is the size of the configuration where you will have a 18500 battery with a kick on top. So this is very nicely sized for that. It is a little thinner around than the Bolt. You can see that the Bolt is just a little bit bigger when they're lined up perfect here. And you can tell that difference in your hand. Now, as far as they both are, the Indulgence, of course, it has a bigger battery in it, so it does have more of a weight to it. I do like the texture of the Bolt and the feel of it in your hand more so than I do the Indulgence. I just do. I like that grippy kind of feel. But that's not to say the Indulgence is bad. So with the standard Ego style connector, I can put something like a CE4 Plus on here, or better known as the Vision Ego Cartomizer, and yes, I inhale. I am an inhaling reviewer. So it looks very nice with with the CE4 Plus on here. It does. And I like the Indulgence. Now, you can, because it is 18650 style and there's nothing to stop you, you can put stacked batteries in here. If you do, knock it off. I never recommend putting stacked batteries into an unprotected mod. Protected batteries are not. Now, of course, protected batteries are always better than unprotected batteries. And anytime you put a battery in something, you should use a protected battery. It has a protection circuit. It should help it from blowing up on you. But, of course, protection circuits can fail like anything else out there. But, you know, you are much safer using a protected battery than an unprotected battery. If you use unprotected batteries in an unprotected mod, you're asking for trouble. You're going to have a very bad day. Very bad day. If you are going to use stacked batteries, I prefer you to do it in a protected mod. That's the only way to do it. Something like the Infinity Pro. I feel safe using that. But if you're going to use an unprotected mod, use protected batteries no matter what you put in here. But if you're going to stack them, protected. So, that being said, let's put some stacked batteries in here. I know I'm an idiot. Alright, these are Trustfire. They are protected batteries. Now, a protection circuit can fail in a battery. I mean, it's not inconceivable. And anytime you are using stacked batteries, what ends up happening is your ohms don't change, by the way, but all your voltage goes through that top battery. So you're putting twice the demand, maybe 4 times. I don't know. I'll do the math. But you're putting all that demand on the top battery. Now, there's some do's and don'ts. Do always have 2 equally charged batteries in here. If you put one in and you're using a good battery over a dead battery, that's just bad. Don't do that. As well, don't mismatch your batteries. Use 2 of the same identical batteries. They're not that expensive. So use identical batteries anytime you're stacking batteries anywhere. Always use 2 identical batteries. I can't say that enough. So, don't put them in if they're wet. Don't put them in if they're hot. If you take them off the charger, it's usually best to let them sit for a little bit because they could be hot. Let them sit for a little bit and then put them in, whatever you're going to put them in. Be responsible. Putting stacked batteries in an unprotected mod, that's just, I don't recommend it. I really don't. But people are going to do that. And when you do that, just think, please. Please. All right, so does it work in here? Well, we're going to put a little voltage meter on here. Something that shows what the voltage is under load. And we're going to put a vision on here, a little vision tank here. With an e-power top, because it's like a baby bottle, and I'm a big baby. Yeah. So, I crack me up. I don't know why. Let's see what we're doing here. 7.2. They're 3.7 volt batteries I put in there, I know. Anytime you do this, after you put brand new batteries into your mod, or they're coming off the charger, whatever, the first time you do set it off away from yourself. That's a lot of vapor. Let's do that money shot. Now, I like to inhale when I show these videos because that's really what it's going to look like when it's coming out of you. So when you get your device after review and you go, well, mine doesn't look like yours. Well, I didn't inhale. Well, why not? I inhale. So, but I'll give you the money shot, you know, that non-inhaling shot. Yeah, that's a lot of vapor. That's 7.2 volts. Now you can get protected 3 volt batteries. You can get protected, I think these come in 3 2s. These are 3 7s. I like them. They are the Trustfire black and red flame batteries. You know. So they're a halfway decent battery and they're protected. So I like them. This is the big one, the 3000 Ma 3.7 volts, 16 or 18650. It's a good battery. I like it. You should probably pick one up when you get your Indulgence. So what do I think of the Indulgence? Well, it's solid. Solid like the Bolt was solid. Now, I've got to compare it to something that is in its league. And what's in its league is the Riva Indulgence and the SmokTech Bolt. I like the texture on the Bolt better. I like the size of the Indulgence better. I like the fact that it has a better cap. I like the tube coming off on the Bolt better. I like the horn button on the Bolt better. I do like this button. That's not to say it's bad. It's just this one gets the edge. It's a more solid feel, better click in your hand. So which one do I recommend over the other? Well, I don't. Actually, they both kind of equal out. I really do like the Indulgence, and I can't say to get it over the Bolt. It all depends on your preference. If you want an all-in-one unit, you don't want to have to buy a 510 connector. You don't care that it's going to be kind of slippery when you're using it. It's not slippery, it's just smooth. It's very, very smooth. And the battery, putting on the battery kind of bothers me. Now, it does have the 3 vent holes in it, which is nice. It's a good mod. And it's inexpensive. It's around the same price as the Bolt. So you're comparing apples to apples here. Now, as with the Bolt, if you're looking for a Bolt, this is something to consider. If you're looking for something to use the kick in, which a lot of people are, and I have not reviewed the kick. I'm still working on that, but I'm going to give the edge to the Indulgence because it will take an 18500 battery and a kick on top without having to use an extension. In the Bolt, without having to use an extension, you're going to be looking at an 18350 battery, which is not going to give you as long of a life. With the extension, it's a little bigger than the Indulgence. They're both very nice and solid. They're both well-made mods, and they're both well worth the money. It's all about preference. My personal preference, I will probably be using the Bolt more just because I like the grippy feel in the horn button. And I have a billion 510 to Ego connectors, I just do. But the Indulgence, if I do decide to get a kick, and I am trying to get one to review, I will probably be carrying this more often, just because it's smaller and it fits better into everything. So that's the Indulgence version 3. That being said, this is LordDavon. Let them know I sent you.